This first one I want to kind of get into because I've been getting hit up on this. You know, people that know me or even follow the show know I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
We see the chain.
Yeah.
We know the business.
Yeah.
What's up like that in our Project Pat boy?
you see the cup. You know, Jerry Jones.
Oh,
You know, this past week.
nigga.
You know
I
what I'm
thought you
saying?
was gonna talk about y'all's success.
Well, that too.
Y'all
you
been
know,
doing well,
we-
actually. So
we-
I can't even no shade.
Yeah, we've been doing well. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Salute to them boys. You know what I'm saying? 83.
Hey, I gotta I take my hats off to y'all. Y'all see what hat
Yeah.
I'm taking off.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Them boys, we're doing good so far. But I tell anybody, this is cool. I'm waiting on the playoffs though.
Yeah.
I want to see regular season, whatever. We get in the playoffs. I want to see what we do. So, but Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, recently has been under fire because he was recently.
You pulled he's like, I
Yeah.
see it on
You
your
see
I
it?
see it on your computer, but
He was recently
in the
quote
background looking like an overseer.
yeah. He was recently exposed in Little Rock back in the day. I think it was they were trying to desegregate, right? The people from black people from coming into the schools, and Jerry was in the background, you know, as an onlooker, you know what I'm saying, looking curious. You know, he to his credit, he wasn't in the front like looking.
Because at first I thought it was the dude in the front with the cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, I thought
I was
so.
like, is this? That ain't Jerry.
Yeah, but he kind of in the background, kind of doing that. And so a couple people hit me up. One notably, DC Boone, Republican Boone, as you call him. On
Right.
here. You
Right,
know,
Republican Corey.
what you say about this? Keep that same energy. Keep that. That's what he told me. He said, keep that same energy, right? So I was like, he said, I want to hear what you say on your podcast. That's exactly what he said. I want to see what you say on your podcast.
So make sure you tag him and send him this and everything. Like
Right. I need to because he was interested to see what I had to say about this. Now, to me, depending who you are, this gives people more confirmation that Jerry Jones is a racist, that, hey, you know, he was trying to get the black people out the way, so to speak. And at this point, from a picture, that could be true. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say that he was or he wasn't. He was in there. Now he did make some statements saying, you know, he was a curious 9th or 10th grader at the time, and so I get that. But where I'm coming from is to Rag is, how old are you?
Old enough.
Okay.
Old enough to know better.
He's 41. Okay, right. I'm 40. How many things have you did when you was in 9th or 10th grade that you wouldn't necessarily be a part of now?
Well, I mean, if I still watch porn, I would do that, like, because that's what I was doing, you know, in 10th grade. Like,
you were watching porn?
9th grade, yeah, I did. Like I said, I did back in the day, but then once
I thought you said you never did.
No, I said once I got good at having sex, when I could make porn, then I stopped watching porn.
Okay, so you had a time when you did watch porn.
Yeah, up until like I was 17. Then it was like, I can actually be with a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the time, you know, not on no show you mine and show you yours type stuff, but you actually got people wanting in. It was over with. I mean, like I used to steal stuff out the store. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say I wouldn't do that now. Like if I did, I wouldn't tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? But like depending on, you know, if I walked out with the Skittles in my hand and forgot to scan, I'm not gonna go back in and turn myself in. That's all I'm saying. So to your point, I will say, I do believe that everybody deserves a second chance. I do believe that when we're kids, we thought as a child, we act as a child, we reason as a child, but when we become old, we get away from childish things. But just like I own everything that I've ever done negative, all I want him to do is own that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not so now if you say, yeah, I was young, but like say, look, I was wrong in this situation, or at this time, this is where I grew up. That is not where I am now. Mm-hmm. But to completely just say like, oh, well, I was young, so it's okay.
Well, no, he didn't say.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't. I kind of felt like that was the energy, like as opposed. And again, I'm not asking. He ain't got to get down on one knee like boys to men and
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Line Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and kiss their butts on national television. I'm not saying that. But I am saying, like, as far as I know, because this is just now coming out, it's not like he apologized in 1985. Because if he would have, and this photo is just not coming out, I'm like, the nigga apologized in 85. Like, fuck y'all talking about? Like, get out of here. But now, being that this is like it's just not coming out, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to PR. Just say, look, what I did back then, being a part of it, being around, I totally denounce that now. You know what I'm saying? That's not who I am. That's not indicative of how I raised my children, of relationship I've built with owners and players and coaches over the years and business people. That's not who I am. You know, even though I may have been around that and grew up around that, that is not an indication of who I am now.
Well, let me just tell you what he said down here. This is what he said.
Let me do your PR, Jerry.
He said, well, they said Jones declined to confirm that he regretted attending the demonstration. So basically he wasn't fake about it. He didn't decline to be like, emphasizing that what the teenage Jerry was instead most concerned about, whether he get in trouble with his football coach who had warned players to stay away. And this is actually what he said. He said, nobody there had any kind of idea, frankly, what was going to take place. I've got a habit of sticking my nose in the right place at the wrong time. It is a reminder to me of how to improve and do things the right way. I'm not cavalier about it. I'm genuine about it. So, to what you were saying, to your point, he didn't deny that. I mean, I don't know who I was talking to. Basically, I'm talking about he's a white dude in Arkansas in the 50s.
Yeah.
Like, what do you expect? Like, even from his parents, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he had residue of people saying nigga around him or talking about black people. Like, what do you expect a kid in the 50s being 9th, 10th grade to think about us? You know what I'm saying? Like, we had Todd King on the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He grew up, you know what I mean, and had his parents and other people around him.
He grew up in a household.
Right. So now whether he didn't catch on to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He even said at one point, like, his thought was what he heard until he saw different. And then when he saw different, he adjusted. That made him question what he was seeing and hearing, because what y'all are telling me and what I've been thinking, I'm not experiencing seeing that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that made him challenge and ultimately get over and get beyond that. But to your point, I mean, like, look, I don't expect somebody who was in Arkansas. Hell, I don't expect somebody in Arkansas right now. Racist. I'm sorry. It just is what it is.
We talking about in the 50s now, like, and I don't agree. I get a lot of flack sometimes where people think, I take up for Jerry. Like, as far as when it comes to our team, I think just as much as you. I think he's too far into being a general manager and overstepping his bounds. Right, as an executive. But on this place right here, my opinion, I think he has helped too many people that look like us, as far as with Emmett, with Michael Irvin, as far as he has helped them start very successful businesses. You know what I'm saying? To where, I'm not saying he can't be racist, but I have a hard time seeing him as being what a lot of people want to paint him as, being a racist. You know what I mean? So,
I don't see. This is me, and I'm not like everyone else. I know I'm ridiculous. I actually don't have a problem with racism or racists. I prefer to know
what you're dealing with.
Exactly. I would much rather deal with a wolf than a fox, because I know how to avoid a wolf. I know what a wolf looks like. I know how he's coming. I know his intention. I know his motive. When you're dealing with a fox, foxes are cute. Foxes play with the other animals. They'll play with the kittens and the dogs and the goats and stuff like that.
You mean Bill Clinton? Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Well, okay.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Right. Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Money
So I don't have an issue. And again, even with me saying that, like, no, I'm not a Republican. Like, I don't, my motto on that.
Right.
Shout out to Corey Red. You know what I'm saying? Capitalism versus socialism, don't buy it. At the top is the same people behind it. But, I think that two things can be true. I think that Jerry can possibly be a racist, but he can also help those who have helped him.
Yeah.
And so, but in turn, though, Emmett has taken his money and his businesses and helped out his community. Michael Irvin has taken his money in his businesses and helped out his community. Dion has taken his money in his business and helped out his community. So even if that's what you are against the masses of people, if what you're doing empowers me to help out my folks, I don't care about you being racist.
Right. And to
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm gonna lift up. You know me. Like if I can get one of my niggas in the door, I'm trying to get all my niggas in the door. So like, give me some money because I'm letting the man up. You finna come up. Crown coming up. Like niggas we know that we don't even talk to on the phone that much. That move around to different cities every 2 years. That don't answer your phone calls or my phone calls or your text messages or my text messages. That used to produce but now just do media and sound. I'm helping him come up too.
You're not talking about Crown Vic, are you?
No. Crown that nigga.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Even though we was beefing last week.
We had a long conversation.
Yeah, but like, I'm trying to get everybody up. You know what I'm saying? So like, again, to your point, I think that he could be, it's possible, but at the same time, he has helped.
Look at the context up here. I'm saying we're called America's team. Like, we had Michael Irvin on our team with the White House, with the cocaine, with everything. And what did Jerry Jones throw him under the bus? Did he kick him?
No, he helped him get out. And he actually said, and he did you see the interview he did on the Pivot?
Yeah.
Irvin,
yeah.
Lately, so he said, Jerry asked him like, Mike, what was y'all doing? He said I was trying to do the right thing. They said I was doing the wrong thing the right way.
Yeah.
And he said Jerry was like, okay, let's fix this.
My point. And so he has had plenty of opportunities over the years. What are the Cowboys known for? To take, you know what I'm saying, criminals, thugs.
Right. I was going to say snorting cocaine off the field while they, lining up at the line of scrimmage.
And giving them another chance to do what they do. Greg Hardy. That was the last one.
Hey,
I don't know why we did it.
It's not cool to beat women. It's not cool.
No. Yeah, he was.
Let's not do that.
He was over the top. But even then, I guess to my point, Jerry.
He gave him a chance.
Gave him a shot when nobody else was like, "Don't touch him. He gonna be a cancer to your team." You know what I'm saying? So
Jerry's the only person to do it more than Al Davis. Like Al Davis and Jerry are the only ones.
Yeah,
like
they right there.
Get
So
the gangsters.
So yeah, that's what I think about the whole Jerry thing. I think it's blown out of proportion. I seen stuff on Twitter where T.O. was getting on Stephen A. for taking up for Jerry Jones. T.O.
kind of salty because I guess he thought he was going to be a Cowboy for life, and then
he be hating on us, bro.
Yeah,
he be hating on us, but you know what I'm saying, that that's my quarterback thing with whole with
Romo. That's the T.O. I know and love.
Yeah. But
that's the T.O. I know and love.
I love the years he was with us. But
anytime T.O. was doing sit-ups in his driveway,
he was playing for the wrong team at that time.
Yeah.